underscore bin. Now it should get me the table. So it got me the table here. So I will use this as my target, make as target, and I connect it. So the error whatever it was giving, it is actually, reality is every table should have a primary key. Only then you can edit it. Without the primary key, if you try to edit it, it is going to be a problem. You're going to update the unintentionally update more than one columns. But currently we will not put any kind of primary key on it. Instead we will create a surrogate key which is going to be important at some point of time. So currently let us leave it as it is. It says sales office as integer, date open and region. That's what the data we have in source. So I go to the source. I also see date open and country here. Sales office, region, date open and country. But it is no definite rule that we should put all the columns. Our dimensional table, they have converted country into region. So if we follow the instructions, we will see they would have merged it, the region as country concatenated with the state, or they would have did something like that. We'll do it. So region is here, country is here, but we will do as what is recommended. So I'm going to take the same thing, and in here, how to map this is, you can map individually like this is one way, and the other way is you can select both at once and get it and map here. So if I go and look for any instructions, I will see if I was asked to put any kind of formatting here. So in general, while defining the flat file format, we can also define the date format, guys. If you see, the date format is by default it is like this. But if we wanted to change the date format, we can certainly do it. So I'm going to do it. I will put the date format as DDMMYYYY. DDMMYYYY. Why am I putting in this particular number? It has been recommended in the tutorial, I remember. So I'm doing it in the same way. It will be useful somewhere that they are going to use this as a key. That could be the reason. And the time format. If we wanted to, no, I intentionally have put this format. We can always make any format we want. So without the dot even, it is fine. So the time I am going to say none, so that I will not get it as 000, all those things. So I made the time as none. So date and time format also I wanted to alter, and I don't remember what is being given in the tutorial. So let me browse through the tutorial one more time here. I will show you where I was asked to put it like that. Page up. This is kind of a repetition of the last class, guys, but why am I doing it? Last time we did it in the last 10 minutes and no one knows what I tried to do there, and so I'm trying to show you clearly what I tried to do. So if you see here, this is the flat file we were asked to define, and if you see here, the source data contains date with a 2-digit day number followed by so and so, but now they are asking us to make it like this and say, and no time value. So I made it like that. Use the unsupported format string such as BDMM, JJJ. Skip the row header. So this is the same definition I did except the date. So that's fine. I mean, if I strictly follow, that is a different case, but if I don't follow even, there is no worries. So I'm just saving and closing it off. Now, after I have designed a job, the first thing, when I design a job, first thing is I'll have to save it, validate it. So how to save? The same control S even works here for saving. So I can just say control S, it got saved, and I will have to validate it. If you see, there is a validate all and a validate current. validate current will validate only this particular data flow. If I say validate, it already gives me an error saying cannot convert the type from integer to date time. So we will see what has uh, I mean, why did we get this problem? It is because I have my target as a date, and between I have it as a number, but we'll certainly do formatting there. But this is how it throws an error. This is specific to this particular data flow. But if we say validate all, it will validate the entire job, not only data flow. So I have to fix this date format. In source, when I changed it, I extracted it as an integer, if you see. But in target, I have it as a date time format. So there is a way to fix this. How I fix this? I can go here, always say to underscore date, and I can give the input string. So input string was dd comma, what the format I want now. I can pass that. Do I need to give the input string is a question now. To date, input string as varchar and the format string as varchar. Okay. Uh, so it should be followed by, I mean, this has to precede. First is the column name, and I should do it like this. So I have to actually give the format string. So here, what I am going to do is, I will exactly give the date format what I want. So it is dd.mm.yyyy. If I want time also, I can give, because this is a date time format. When it is a date time format, when we try to insert just the date, it may throw an error, but let us check it out. But currently it did not throw any error. So let me try to run this and see if it works. But if you see, it given you a warning saying conversion warning. Date open of type integer will be converted into varchar for expression to date of so and so. So it is just telling you that your input is actually integer. I am converting it. Is it okay? So it is a warning. Whenever you have an override, when you use a function, look for the difference, guys. This is the one which is with no function. This is the one which is with a function. So you see an underlying triangle. You try to look at it closely. You see a different symbol than the normal. Hold on, guys. I need some water. And at the same time, I want to connect my power cord so that I won't get disconnected abruptly. So bear with me. But while I am connecting my power cord, are you able to understand what I am trying to do, or do you need more explanation, less explanation? You can always tell me now. I mean, if you are not able to catch what I am trying to do, please let me know. I can repeat it, or I can go slower, or if you feel this is too slow, let me know. I will make it fast. I have no issue. Okay, the silence. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. I'm doing it the same way. But yeah, as you asked me, I will slow down even further. And initial time, I wanted to show you really clear, and that's the reason I'm trying to go slower. So I will even go slower. Okay. So this is the data flow which we have currently designed, and if you see, there are these check marks: validate current, validate all, and the third one is audit. We will come to audit at later point of time. We don't need it currently. Just for the validation, if I say validate current, it validated this data flow and it gave me only a warning. There is no errors. If there is an error, you cannot run a job. But if I come to the high level of the job, this is the entire job. It has a workflow in it. It has a data flow in it. So when I say validate all, it is going to validate the entire job. But as the best practice, I'm going to show you some important things. So it got validated. But I don't want to run a job like this. I always insist on putting a try catch block so that it is going to catch any kind of exceptions. This is a good way of doing a data flow. Though it is recommended in the manual or not currently, that's okay. You still put the try catch, you get used to it. It can catch any kind of exceptions and return you an error code. We are going to the catch error. I will show you. See here, for any kind of exceptions like execution errors, database access errors, database connection errors, flat file processing errors. So currently I have a flat file as source. When there appears an error, it will try to capture this particular error. And also you can write a script here. And you will see why am I putting a script now here. So this is the I call it as error. And if you get inside, there are some predefined functions which I will always make use of to catch the error. So let us go into functions and look for that particular function which I am talking about, which can actually catch your error. So it should be catch underscore error something. So because you questioned, I am trying to show it now, or else I would have shown it a little later. So if you look for, so you have get error file name, get monitor file name. In the same way, you will have catch error. I remember there should be, and we do have a search or find functionality, guys, here. So I can always go and search. So I say error so that it has the related things. Error message, error number, error timestamp, get error file name. So I can use any of this so that it actually returns you that error and prints it if you want it to. So for example, I will take error message for now. So when I have this error message, what I will have to do is I cannot do it directly like this. I have to put a local variable to capture it. So I will say L underscore error. But anyhow, if I'm showing it like this, it may confuse you. That is my problem. Still, I think people will understand the global variable and local variable concept easily. So let me show. I already showed you what is a global variable and how we are going to use that. But here I'm going to use just a local variable, and here it is a varchar because it's a message, and I use 100 as the length of it. So I can write a print statement. We will see this. If there is an error, you get this, and it will print the error message. So print the job error with following message, and you can always refer this local variable here with a concatenation symbol. And the important thing is, guys, when there is an error message, okay, I'm sorry, that is at the database level. Here this is it. You can actually capture the error if there comes up an error. So the important thing I will have to mention is this error message, this particular function will work only in the catch block.